Hello and welcome to Casting Roles, where a bunch of theater nerds and good friends play a little D&D. We're so happy that you joined us. Take a moment to subscribe to the show. It takes just a click and earns an unending thanks. Drop us a like and leave a comment for Campaign 2. Our videos are uploaded here on YouTube every Friday, and we have tons of great content to explore. And without further ado, let's go ahead and start the show. Last time, our crew of explorers faced off against shadows in the night, attacking the village of Samartaj, only to discover that they were Fey entities in disguise. Through a harrowing fight, which saw several of you unlock the strange magic within you that was born during the ritual of Origenesis, you were able to stop the invasion and save Barak's daughter, Lilac, from being catnapped. After the battle, you discovered another Fey Quickling attempting to finish off the centaur who you quickly saved. Upon waking and being more trusting, the centaur spoke to you, revealing they were Caduceus, the shield warden of Princeling Comorda of the Delki tribe. Lucky cast Zone of Truth and found that Taj, who was listening to the conversation between them and the centaur, succeeded on their saving throw against the spell. After a tense conversation, Lucky shifted their spell focus to detect good and evil, revealing Taj as a powerful Fey entity. Immediately, Taj picked up on the spell being cast, Misty stepped out of the jail cell, and called for Barak, saying that you all were working with the shapeshifters. In that moment, he turns to all of you, his voice shifting to a dripplingly sweet tone. This can go one of two ways. There was enough hiding behind your thinly veiled mortality to leave you to rot carelessly in this jail cell. Or I need only a few more days before my time in this fur will have run its course. Choose wisely. And he looks to each of you. First, Bonnie, bloodied hands, then Kieran, astral born, and Lucky, saying something that burns the air and seems to embrace the darkness found between the torchlight, Alfada Bain Anujum. And finally, Andalus, and you, the most interesting of all. Oh, go ahead.
Before you say anything, he cuts him off. I have a request for you. Tell me if you'll indulge it.
Why, of course.
And then I cast Tongue Tie on him.
Tongue Tie, which is a
wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. He has advantage on spells.
Wow. I think the last time I've ever interacted with this spell was when Josh was playing with another Fae was in this campaign last time.
That was Gift of Gab, I think. This is
even different. Okay. This is even great. This is a similar.
Yeah. So it's advantage on saving throws against spells and effects.
Okay.
Wisdom is not his strength.
Okay. He has to beat a 13.
15 on the die.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm blowing my horn of silent alarm and making sure that Ravik and what's his
Barak.
The Barak can hear it.
Okay, cool. So as you're blowing that, he kind of trying to use those magics against me, are you? You are so interesting. Mortals have been working quite hard since the frost that I wield has touched this plane. They say, like the gods, you all dragged a mountain into the sky to fly. And now, the very workings of that same mountain walk the earth among us. But we're going to take a step back in time for a moment before all of this occurred and see what Ravik was up to while you all were getting locked away. Ravik, your crew has gone over to investigate the centaur, and you kind of see them disappear over in that direction. You're with the pixie. What are you up to?
The pixie is still unconscious. That's correct.
Yes, she is.
I'm just going to kneel down and First, I'm gonna raffle through the little pixie pockets and see what I might find.
Okay.
Pixie pockets.
The pixie pockets. So in the pixie pockets, first, you find 5 of those small shards of yellowish gemstone that you guys have encountered multiple times. The ones that stab you in the chest when you were doing the ritual of Orogenesis, as well as a purple flower that has like a yellow pollen core. However, it seems to be perpetually coated in a frost. And in the kind of warmish air here in the valley, it's just giving off like sublimation waves coming off of it as you hold it. And it gives off a coldness. I don't think Ravik knows what type of flower this is, but those are the only 2 objects that are on her person.
It's covered in frost. Okay. Well, I immediately pocket those items.
Okay.
Because if push comes to shove, I can use them as a bargaining chip if I can't get little fairy here to see reason. Covered in frost. All right. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to steady my mind and use my awakened mind ability to connect with her telepathically. So you'll see like a puff of mist just come off of me and then travel and enter through her nose and her mouth while I'm making a psychic connection with her.
Okay. Is there a saving throw on her behalf?
It just says that must know the language. Choose one creature within 30 feet to communicate with each other. You must share similar language. Doesn't anything about a saving throw.
Okay. So the connection is established. And you are kind of in her unconscious state. You are connecting with like her subconsciousness in this way.
Okay, so I just... hello, can you hear me? Can you understand me?
I need to complete the task laid before me by Aster.
Aster?
Who is this?
What task? I'm here to help you. You are unconscious on the ground inside of the Centaur's camp. I mean, the Leonins camp. I want to help you. If you're straightforward with me, I'll do my best to get you out of here safely. If not, they're likely to kill you as you lay unconscious on the ground here.
The last thing I remembered was people trying to kill me.
Well, I'm here to save you, but you have to be straight with me. I'm not going to stick my neck out unless you're honest. Who is Aster and what task has Aster sent you here to do?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. The threat of her death and me helping her, will that give advantage to this persuasion? I'm going to use my DM.
Sure.
Yeah.
Advantage for being so handsome.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so handsome.
In her mind, my voice is a bit deeper, a bit more alluring.
Are you lip-smacking right now? What the hell?
Ooh, okay. I got is that a 14? And a 6 on the dice. 21.
21. She just kind of, you hear like in the back, like the subconscious like push of, I need to complete a task. I need to complete a task is still kind of playing. And so you're trying to connect with her conscious brain, which she is unconscious. So this is difficult. But she kind of steps back. Aster, he's here. Or at least his representative is. It's unclear.
Master or his representative is here. who is the representative? Who is Aster?
Oh, well, what do you know of the Feywild?
I know a little bit, being a half elf. I've heard some stories, learned a few things over my travels.
Well, then Aster is winter, twilight. Morning frost.
Morning frost. Does Ravik know any of this lore or this folklore when it comes to Aster as a Fey being?
You did a lot of reading to try to find out where your mother was. Go ahead and make a history check.
Historia. Okay. History. Okay. So 16 on the dice. History is 18.
Yeah, so the reference to winter and frost and twilight, you get the impression that you are dealing here with somebody who's working with the Unseelie court. So Ravik would know enough about the Feywild to know that the Feywild is divided up among the Seelie and Unseelie. The Seelies, the leadership of the Seelie court is the Summer Court, and is headed up by Titania. And the Unseelie court, the Winter Court being the leaders of the Unseelie, are headed up by Titania's sister, the Queen of Air and Darkness. Both chaotic. The Seelie court tends towards good, but doesn't necessarily have to be. And oftentimes from the views of mortals, doesn't match what goodness looks like. And the Unseelie court tends towards what humans would call evil. But again, from the Fey perspective, they're much more alike than human good and evil imagined would be, but still both chaotic.
Mm-hmm. So Aster is here among the Leonins. What task does Aster want you to complete here? Why exactly are you trying to start a war between the Leonin and the Centaurs?
You hear, like, in her head, like, a laugh. A war? No. Friction. Friction raises heat. Friction brings chaos. Friction taps into the lines.
The ley lines. So their conflict is pouring more energy into the ley lines somehow?
A fire is chaos, and pouring fuel onto it makes it brighter.
For what reason? Why do you need that fire to burn brighter? What is Aster planning?
That is for Aster to know. We serve the will.
You're serving Aster as members of the Unseelie court?
Aster is winter and frost.
What's going on with this artifact, this little trinket that's gone missing? The Leonin and the Centaur are both blaming each other for its disappearance.
Around that moment, Ravik, you hear from over by the gel cell, they're working with the shapeshifters. Get down here quickly, Bardic. You can continue this conversation, but that is now in your... That timeline has matched up now.
Okay. Who was that? That was Aster in disguise. What's his name? Taj.
His name is Taj, yeah.
Okay, all right. Shit. Okay. I'm going to snap out of the conversation.
Okay.
Come back to my physical body. I'm going to pick up the pixie. And I'm going to hide.
Okay.
Try to get outside of the camp if I can.
So you're going to try to sneak through the camp to get like out under in the forest, like canopy?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
Go ahead and make a...
That's not at all sus, Ronnie.
Actually, no. Do I know where our what's his name that invited us into his home was little
Barik. Mm-hmm.
Barik. Do I want to risk? I want to go to Barik. I'm going to see if I can find Barik.
Well, around this moment, as you're kind of looking around trying to figure out what to do, you see Barik quickly making his way across the rope bridge to the cliff face and then down towards the jail cell. He didn't stop or notice you up at the top.
I'm going to yell, Barik.
He kind of turns
down here
and looks in your direction. Well, what is the meaning of what Taj has yelled?
I don't know. I believe that there's some Fey influence. This little pixie just told me that Aster, the fairy from the Unsilly Court, is disguised here among the Leonin. They're trying to cause friction between your people and the Centaurs to draw that energy somehow to some type of evil magic that they're trying to perform.
He kind of pauses for a moment. I will give you the benefit of listening to your argument. You did save my daughter's life. Why don't you join me?
Ooh. All right.
So you kind of walk with him down towards the jail cell. And meanwhile, as Barik and Ravik are making their way down, Taj kind of looks over all of you, and you just see for a moment like his eyes kind of turn bluish, and this like faint, like wisping, smoky energy kind of comes out of them for a moment. So, can I depend upon you to give me time to complete my task, or will you make this difficult for me?
What's your task?
That's for me to know. I just need meddling adventurers out of my hair for a moment.
Well, if you want it to go smoothly, you'd need to give us a bit more information so we can make an informed decision.
Well, the informed...
You don't want us making the wrong one.
Well, if you just keep the attention of the chief on matters that dance in the night and away from me, I will be gone in 2 days' time.
Josh, what is the sort of jail cell made out of?
Iron.
Is there is it?
It is also it is iron,
Wow,
but it also
okay.
doesn't have a roof.
Yeah, I was wondering how it's in the ground.
Oh, so it seems to be like they've built it into. There's a jetting of the rock cliff out here, and most of the iron posts are kind of. They've drilled into those a bit and stuck them into those. And then some of like the front entrance doorway is like on posts that are digging into the dirt.
Okay, cool. I want to try to just pull the door out of the ground.
Okay.
You want to do it right now in front of him, or
He's
Strengthen our negotiating
yeah.
portfolio.
whatever you want to do? Whatever. That's Bonnie's decision,
Yeah.
not my decision.
Go ahead, Bonnie.
Um,
Strength check.
can I talk back to him before you?
Absolutely,
do
yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm. While Bonnie's making this choice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, body's staring at the door.
choice.
Can I do this? I don't know.
After he said
Lift with your legs, Bonnie.
Yep. After he said that, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "You wanted. You're doing things that want to hurt the Leonin and hurt the Centaurs."
Why no?
You're trying to kidnap their children and kill.
No, Andalus. Please. For someone who has spent so much time among the Fae, or at least its denizen, you should know better than that. We use their fears against them to draw their attention elsewhere while we work our own. You think we're stealing children in the night?
That's literally what you were doing a few minutes ago.
Right, to draw attention away. We needed to... He looks down at the centaur still breathing in the cells with you. Clean up some loose ends, as it were.
I'm not like you, and I don't support that.
Oh. When your master so clearly does not dwell within the light of the summer.
My master is not like that, though.
Dealmaker, crossroads hag.
Helps people.
Is that what she told you?
It is what she does. She helps people.
Perhaps. What happens when they don't keep up their end of the bargain, though?
That's what a deal is. A deal is both people benefit. A deal isn't one person screws over the other.
Perhaps. But, dear Andulasite, what type of witch will you be?
One unlike you.
Around that moment, Barak and Ravik are coming around the corner, and Taj very quickly, his eyes go back to their gray, milky, Leonin look, and he turns to Barak. Yes, they were working with the centaur. Did you...
Yes, that's why we saved your daughter, Barak. It's because we were working with them to kidnap her.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no. We stopped that from happening.
Is that why you're in the jail cell now, to free the centaur from its binds?
Gosh, wait a moment now. We all saw that these fairies, and I'm holding the little fairy, attacked your camp. And my friends and I, just like your people, we sprang into action to protect everyone. There's no way we're working with them.
We also...
And I point...
Not the pixie Ravik has, but that one that flew in here.
The quickling is still in there.
It was another pixie?
It is a quickling, yeah. One of the blue...
And I pick it up and be like, we were following this. It came in here trying to kill the centaur, and we wanted to know why that happened. So we were speaking with the centaur.
And did you see, Barak, the way that this one, free now from the jail cell, was able to teleport just as they do, wielding those same magics? And
teleport?
You did. And Barak, Barak kind of goes, he's kind of looking from you all, who he has grown to trust, to Taj, who works within his community. This is much to process.
I think there's some sort of misunderstanding. I can see how Taj, not being able to see, finding us in the cage, not realizing that this fairy was in here because it flies, doesn't feel it on the ground, would think that we were the only ones in here. You saw us fight the invaders. You saw us kill the invaders. If we were for them, wouldn't we have done it the other way around?
Was Bonnie still trying to lift the jail cell?
Bonnie's like looking for weak points. Yeah.
Okay, so make an investigation check, Bonnie. Yeah.
Face in the joint.
Yeah, because I was going to... strength check would have been difficult at the door, because that would have been,
Okay. And also, how tall is the jail cell?
About 8 feet.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm rabbit hopping out.
In this moment, Bonnie rabbit hops out? Okay. So while Kieran and Barak are kind of exchanging, and Barak says to Kieran, I know the enemy that we are fighting, and they are tricksome. Wouldn't it benefit you to earn our trust in just the slaying of a few minor shape changes?
What benefit would I have had to tell your children stories? Spend time with them,
To get close to them.
or to care about them?
Well, then
We
keep
don't
an eye on us
operate that
moving
way.
forward.
But then I risked my life to stop them from taking your daughter.
Bonnie hops out, and Taj says, "See, Barak, they don't even respect. They're trying to escape now." And Barak just says, "You can go, Bonnie, but it doesn't speak well for your case."
How close is Taj to the iron grating?
He's standing about 5 feet back.
Okay.
You mean Bonnie fleeing by jumping out and standing beside you
Just
and not
standing
going
there.
anywhere and not drawing her weapons?
Well, I don't know. What is Bonnie doing?
No, not drawing any weapons.
Yeah, I think we should be able to present all the facts of what has happened. And Lucky has magics about truth-telling. I don't know if anyone else in the village does. An unbiased party we could rely upon.
We'll see what Bonnie is planning here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bonnie,
I am going to
Buddy.
hold a charge action against
Taj?
Taj to pin him against the iron fence.
Okay, so you are appearing at this moment to listen to Barak's hold for a moment.
Yeah.
Can I perceive that this is what Bonnie's planning? Like, Bonnie's like kind of getting in a stance kind of thing?
I don't think that it wouldn't be hard to miss, probably.
Okay. I will hold guidance
Okay.
to help Bonnie
Is
if this
guidance
goes
touch
off.
now, or is it no longer touch?
I believe it's touch, but couldn't I just like smack her on the ass as she runs by? You know what I mean?
Well, Bonnie's outside of the cells, but we can say
right.
that
Okay.
Bonnie's
Never mind.
okay.
I forgot the
Yeah,
logistically.
left over the jail cell.
you're like, Bonnie, come here,
yeah.
here.
Barak looks at you, Andalus, and says, "I think that is the best suggestion we've had this evening. I tried to tell your friend Ravik here that sometimes you must wait till the light of day and cooler heads to come to some truth.
But we would like to allege against Taj. So he should also be locked up if we're locked up."
He kind of looks at Taj. "I do not believe that an outsider should carry more weight than one that we have grown to trust over the course of the last several months."
Well, if
Several months.
bad things are happening, even if we weren't here, what does that mean then? Maybe it's something in your midst.
Did it start
Yes,
around the time
it'd be a
Taj
shame
showed
if
up?
someone were to gain your trust and then, in order to be able to betray you, as you said.
That is exactly the case. However, Taj has the blessing of the chief, and not something that I can control or sway.
Well, then he doesn't need to be locked up, but he should also be part of the truth-telling.
He kind of glances at Taj. I agree.
I mean, if we're all going to be open and honest with each other,
Yes.
prove us wrong.
If your friend here has the ability as a bringer of light to reveal truth, then yes, Taj, don't you agree? And Taj kind of looks at you a little, Kieran and Lucky. Why? Of course, Barak. I have nothing to hide from these outsiders. Good. Ravik, would you please join your friends? Bonnie.
Inside the cage, I just have a slight issue with being locked up when I've committed no crime is all.
Think of it as being in a house with the door that's shut and locked behind us.
I'd rather not, Kieran. I'd stand next to the cage while
We'll keep our weapons.
undertake.
Bonnie can get in and out whenever they want.
Probably all of you can, to be fair.
Yeah, we literally.
More symbolic.
It's symbolic. It is a moment
Earn
of
their trust.
on our behalf. I will stand guard for the evening, Ravik. You have nothing to fear.
Oh, yeah. I'll converse with my team for the evening inside the cage where they let themselves be captured. While we straighten all this out. That sounds fair.
Yeah. In your head, Lucky, you just hear, I see we might have to increase timelines then, as Taj turns and walks away.
I'll reach out to Andula psychically. What the hell is going on? How'd y'all end up in a cage? And why are you accusing Taj of being the enemy?
Are you using message to send this to me?
No, it's like a psychic link.
Oh, okay. So I can just speak freely, like a lot through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I catch you up on everything that just went down. You can see I'm like grabbing your arm, like grabbing your like shirt sleeve, and I'm like intensely looking at you as I like info dump everything that just happened.
On everything, Andalus?
Everything but what he said to me.
Okay, there you go.
Not about my team.
Of course you would.
Barak does, as when Taj leaves, Barak does turn around to you, Lucky, and the rest of you. I hope that your magic works well. I do not trust him. And he kind of steps a little bit away from the cage to give you all privacy.
Can I call Barak to us really quick?
Oh, yeah. Before he leaves, you can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Barak, do you have anyone you can trust that can tail him?
Unfortunately, he has very quickly wheedled himself into the chief's good graces. There's not many that I know I can trust explicitly.
It comes time to have the conversation with everyone. You wouldn't be able to bring some cold iron with you, would you?
I think I can make that work.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking for loose bits in the cage.
When Barak steps out again, I'll turn to Lucky.
Yeah, Barak leaves him. Mm-hmm. After
so
he lets Ravik in, yeah.
Yeah, so I fill in Ravik, and then I'm kind of addressing everyone in the group, and I'm like, I'm worried about what he's gonna do out there.
Well, we're all a little bit worried about that. Well, are there any
Do you,
iron
Ravik, do you tell
cuffs
us? Do you tell us about everything that you went through with the pixie too?
Yeah, I'm about to. Are there any like iron cuffs with the in the cell anywhere, like
No.
where they would shackle someone down? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, the
how big are the
well-
bars, Josh?
They're like probably like 2 inches in diameter, 3 inches in diameter.
Okay, gang. Here's
Far
the
apart.
thing. I do still have one.
Like you could stick your head through it, kind of, maybe.
So enough that we could take the pixie and stretch it out and tie each of its arms against an iron bar.
You could. I'm just I'm really confused. I'm really confused how Kieran or Bonnie know anything about that.
I was about to say, did either of y'all
The
know
iron,
about Faye things?
I feel like Faye no like iron is like real simple level folklore. Like I'll make a history roll, but that feels like a you tell your kids this?
Yeah, the question is it just folklore or is it actual?
Hey, in my mind, it's true.
Yeah.
Whether it is or not.
If you start doing that shit, Andulicite is going to kill you. I hope you don't
Yeah.
Andulicite.
I mean, Bonnie,
that's a bit much.
I think Andalus can probably tell you that the if she sees you like eyeing it, that like it's a myth that Fae are allergic to iron.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make any.
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Robert would
Hey,
have
you know what?
known that.
You know what everybody's allergic to? Getting hit in the face with the blunt iron.
I mean,
object.
that
A
is
fire
there's
poker
no
to the face
like,
will slow you down.
that
It
allergy is
definitely
fine,
will.
but like the Fae iron allergy does not translate into D&D mechanics.
And Dulasai, you were saying that you might have had something.
Which is even funnier, the fact that we think it's true.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, like it's something that Bonnie could absolutely believe.
Do you
100%.
tell us are you telling us everything about the pixie stuff? Yet?
Yeah. I was wanting to restrain the pixie first, but if you think you,
Sure, we can do that.
or I'll flat out ask, especially our magic users, does anyone have anything in mind that'll keep this little gal here from popping up and turning us into toadstools?
I could cast sleep on her.
That's a good
Really
idea.
want those sluts.
I'm about
Oh, that might be immune to
done
sleep.
for the day. I don't really have. much
It's only going to last
there.
a minute.
Usually these Fae types are immune to those type
Immune
of
to
charm
sleep,
and
yeah.
sleep spells.
Oh,
Mhm.
wait, I know. I've got an iron cook pot.
The
can put it on
doesn't
top of
matter,
her.
baby.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but if
open it
you
up
trap her in
and
a
put
pot,
Yeah, I
then-
mean, she's under the pot. Like whether it's
You can put
iron
her
or
in the
not.
pot, and you can put her in the pot and sit on it. I support you with
Yeah.
this. And
Yeah,
Jennifer.
I
Hide
put her
her
in
in a
the
glass.
I put her in the pot and I tie
and then
it
a big
shut.
rock. Oh, incredible.
Okay. All right. And Dulas, I think you were saying you might have had something to.
So you info dump to us.
Yeah, I'm gonna, Aster,
So as soon
unsealy
as you say
cord,
unsealy, I think I like
ley
hit you
lines.
a little bit.
Do you show them also the items that you got?
Oh yeah. The flower that's covered in frost, purple flower, yellow.
So can I make a history
Center.
check, Josh, if any of this is clicking for me extra?
Okay, well, make a history check on the unseelie stuff. You immediately
Yes.
recognize the flower is that is an
Yep.
aster.
Yep. So this is kind of like calling card.
Yeah, but the fact that it is perpetually like frost bitten and has that like frost sublimation coming off of it, that's not something that like you've encountered before. But you can
Sure.
make a history check to see.
I got a 12.
A 12. So with your training coming from somebody who's not really part of either the Seelie or the Unseelie court, they like live in the space between those two realms. You've never heard anything specifically about Aster. Like that name
Mhm.
is actually surprising for Unseelie because it's a summer flower. But
Summer flower covered in frost.
yeah, but there's something about the frost is what probably catches you. And there was something that Taj said when he was talking to you all. He said it's been a long time since my frost has touched this plane. That you think there's a possibility, especially once Ravik says that he is the winter, he is the frost, that you might be dealing with the Prince of Frost, who was once part of the Seelie court, but fell in love with a member of the Unseelie court and absconded from the Seelie. And the curse was that the dew of the flower that they used to represent, that they were like the flower's dew, was perpetually frozen.
Oh my god. I share this info.
Star-crossed lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Share this info with the gang. That's nice.
So, are we guessing that they're trying to open a portal from the bigger portal from the Fae into here so that he can make the land to winter?
That's probably why we're seeing so many
Yeah.
Fae portals here.
Aster's trying to get revenge for his heartbreaking love life. I mean,
Trying to take over this plane. I mean, there's a lot going on in the Feywild.
so we're thinking that
Exactly.
Taj is Aster disguised.
Fake ask
Into
her
that
where-
or his agent.
Yeah, like the pixie was saying.
Yes. So,
But dangerous.
does
Really
anyone
dangerous.
know any way to expose a disguised or shape-shifted fae? I understand we all have our secrets, but I don't think now's the time to be holding back, especially since we're all in a cage together. Which I have to say, I am not very excited about.
No, I hate it too.
Thank you, Bonnie. We're on the same page here.
Oh, no, none of you are druids, but it might be on your spell list. I'm not sure, Andalus.
Which spell is it?
Moonbeam.
Ooh, I don't know if I get that.
I don't know if that's on your spell list. It's a druid spell.
Let me see if I get that.
That's the spell I was trying to remember the name of that reveals shape changers, but
Yeah. Let's see, this on my list of things. I don't have it prepared for sure, so we'd have to long rest. if
yeah.
want
Well, I mean,
to.
you guys are here in the night. You have all of your stuff. So like Bark wasn't worried about taking those things from you.
Oh my gosh.
And
Can I send Dot out?
Yeah.
And see if Dot can track Taj down and keep an eye on him.
yeah, do you want Dottie to be stealthy as she works?
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead and make a
please.
stealth check.
Stealth
Okay.
chicken. Yeah.
Stealth chicken.
No.
Stealth
All right, let me
chicken.
see if I have this moon spell. Really.
Bark, bark, bark.
I just imagine Taj walking, and he can hear in the background just. Burp, burp.
Do you know what level that is?
Yes, he's-
Okay,
It's second
I have
level.
it.
Yeah.
Sneaking around.
Okay, I don't have it.
Okay, yeah, so it's not a
because I
spell that
only
you
have
do.
some druid spells.
Yeah.
or
I wasn't
get
sure if
for
it
the
was on your
class.
list or not. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't get this. Okay. So yes, Dot will go out because she can be a free chicken.
Okay.
They think she's a chicken. I hope.
Yep. Go ahead and make a stealth check
I mean,
for
Taj just
Dottie.
probably a good chicken, but can someone aid?
Not if Dottie's stealthing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what she gets. I was like, what does she have for stealth? She's a +1. All right, girl.
Get it?
She got a 14.
14. Okay. So
Dottie.
Dottie
Okay.
kind of looks at you. You just want me to follow him?
Yeah, can you follow him and see if he does anything that seems suspicious?
Hasn't everything been suspicious so far?
Yeah, but like a little more suspicious than normal.
I mean, Andalus, he was looking at the opposite direction of the sunset and told you that the sun was setting.
I know that seemed really cool at the time. It seemed like a cool thing instead of
We got to work on your reading people.
I know.
Okay, all right.
I've never been good at that.
I'll go keep an eye on him. And Dottie walks through the metal and just
It's just out, and Bark just watches the chicken. walk
Bark's
out.
looking off in the distance, not expecting to have spent the night on watch duty, and is looking a different direction as Dottie follows off in the direction that Taj went,
Sure.
as sneakily
Okay.
as Dottie can be. All right.
Yeah.
But you do have all your things with you, and you guys have the evening here, or the night as it continues. You've got the journal. You've got the conversation of
Yeah, we
the
do
things
have
that are
the
here.
journal.
But it's up to you how you want to spend your evening, or you can go into a long rest, knowing that in the morning they're probably going to bring the chief, or you to the chief.
Before I long rest,
Yeah.
I am going to burn all my lay on hands on the centaur.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Smart.
What else would I ask?
Yeah, the centaur. Is in a good, he comes back to, but very quickly just falls back to sleep.
Oh.
Mhm.
I just don't want him incapacitated if someone comes to kill him again.
Yeah.
Josh, I
That's
sent
20.
you a message in our the Lucky server.
Lucky server Discord. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a little lucky.
Little lucky.
I can make a roll for it.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and
Obviously
make a history check. I feel like with advantage based on your studies.
cool.
Wow, I can communicate telepathically to Dot no matter where she is. That's fucking awesome.
Yes, you do have.
Aw,
That's pretty
the ultimate friend.
Yep. It can never leave me.
I'm gonna carve on my second sword
Sure.
before resting.
And
Go ahead and make a
18
dexterity
for
check.
history.
Yeah, you know, it is quite obvious to Lucky what the reference is.
Okay.
What am I rolling,
Yeah.
Josh?
Dexterity with your proficiency added. Your wood carving tools. Yeah.
Yep. That's a 9. That's 13 plus 2, 15.
15. Good. You make continued progress. You're probably to the point now where like a good solid 4 or so more hours of work will give you a rough shape that you then would want to refine to whatever level you want it to be refined, but it will probably be a usable object in the next 4 hours or so.
Okay.
So one more session.
It's a pretty impressive work there, Kieran.
Thank you.
Now, aside from Kieran, I think no one else got a full long rest.
Yeah. Can I ask Lucky a question before we?
Yeah, you guys. I mean, the space is
Yeah.
fairly large. Like
Yeah.
the part
Not-
that's
Oh,
open.
I imagine we were all like on top of each other
No,
for some
like,
reason. I imagine we were all like
No.
knees to knees.
the part that's open, the part that's open to the air is probably about 20 feet wide by about 15 or 20 feet, and then there's a cave that it goes into in case of rain, and that's where the centaur is kind of like asleep in that section. But you guys have that whole like 20 by 30 foot kind of cell area.
Okay, can I go make sure the centaur's like good?
Yeah, you can go check. Bonnie did some healing, but go ahead and you go and check. And breathing, the wounds are healed up from the lay on hands, and looks to be in good shape.
And I do make a note of that.
Yeah.
That is noted that healing was done not by my hands.
You said you were spent. You said you were done for the night.
I had one first level left.
Yeah, I mean he does look
And you
like,
still do.
with your trained healer's eyes, he's not at full.
Oh, then I do another cure wounds him very performatively.
Perfect. Yeah, like the light goes over, and the wounds that had been closed up by Bonnie turn into scars, like they are several weeks old, and you can tell that like the somewhat labored breathing goes into a calm, restful, relaxing.
Cool. And then I leave him be.
Okay.
You do it like Faith Healer style. You're like, by the power that I have been granted.
No, but
Only
no. But it is. There's no words, I don't think, outside of like any that would be needed to cast the literal spell. But I do think it is a little more. There is more showmanship than perhaps like the religious text would tell you to put on it. You know.
Amazing. I love that.
So we're at a tent revival.
I was gonna say, this is like an Easter Sunday. Like this is not just an average like day in February.
It's closer to a mega church than your like your small town church. Okay, like
isn't awesome.
You're playing like the pop
You
music.
got AV happening.
Yes.
With the screens and
Yep.
yeah.
Like
But it gets butts and seats. So let's talk
There
about
you go.
that.
For sure.
You know?
I do think you look really cool when you do it. So Andulicite is like pacing. And then he like kind of addresses everyone. He's like, but why is he so calm about the trial tomorrow? Don't you think shouldn't he be more concerned?
oh, I think he's going to do something before then.
Then should one of us leave? Should one of us go do something?
Well, aren't you using the chicken to keep eyes on him?
Yeah, if he doesn't. I check in to make sure she's still alive.
You like check it, and Di goes, I've got eyes on him.
Okay. If anything happens, let me know and I'll tune in instead.
He's staring at a wall.
He's just staring at a wall?
Yes.
How long has he been doing that?
How long have I been gone?
Oh, shit. Is that an illusion? Now I'm like losing my mind a little bit.
You also know you can look through Dottie's eyes.
I know. Yeah. I don't know how many. I can do that whenever.
Yeah.
Because I can do it for like a whole turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tap in to like see.
You all watch like Andalus, like a green like light washes over Andalus's eyes. And then Andalus, you're in Dottie's eyes. And Dottie's like, this is the first time that you've ever done this. It's really weird. I can't see anything. What's going on?
Oh. Yeah, I don't like invading your privacy. But okay. I'm just taking a little look.
Which way do you want me to look?
You're good. Just hold steady.
Okay.
Hold steady. Okay. Yeah, you're doing great.
Okay. And you see that Taj is like in the chief's throne chamber, and is looking at the mural behind the chief's, like his chair.
What was the mural of? Reminder,
it was the 3 founders of Samartaj, the ones who led the tribe to the Opal's Valley and protected them during the subversion.
Okay.
Simon, Theodore, and Alvin.
Yeah, it was Samar, Barak, and Lorna.
One of them was a woman, right?
2 of them were women. Mm-hmm.
Is he looking at one of the female ones?
It is unclear. Like you could have Dottie move closer. She's kind of looking at him from the shadows across the way.
No, I want her to stay. I want maximum coverage on this guy.
Yeah, he's standing like in front of the throne chair and he's looking at it. And occasionally like he like lifts up a hand and makes a motion, and then goes back to looking at it again. And then he makes another motion. But he does just appear to be looking at the wall.
Okay. I come back and I'm like, okay, just tell me if he moves. I'll come back.
Okay.
And I explain to the group.
His hand moved again.
Okay, no. If he like his feet move.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. You're doing so well.
Okay.
So what is he?
Thank you.
Casting magic on the throne?
He may be communicating to someone.
Where is the trial going to be held tomorrow? Do we know?
King's Chambers? Throne Chambers?
And that's
I don't know.
In the throne.
You could ask Barak.
You assume the chieftain's chambers.
Yeah.
Barak mentioned like that it would be in front of the chief, and you imagine that the chief probably
Sure.
isn't coming to you.
And I'm like, why? It's like the Fae often don't fully say what they mean. So I'm worried he's gonna figure out some kind of way to talk around the issue.
Absolutely. We can probably 100% bank on that. I don't know. I don't like the fact that he's paying so much attention to that throne.
I mean, I don't want to have to insinuate this, but it is not in the chief's personal best interest to agree that someone he has put a lot of trust in is actually a fae, and it was found out by someone who could be very threatening political rival, like Barak. So I think we have to understand that the chief will not want to believe us.
Absolutely. If we're going to get out of this, it's not going to be the good graces of the kind, wise chief. We're going to have to prove to the crowd ourselves that we're not here to infiltrate or cause them harm. I don't know. My concern is perhaps the chief is in its thrall somehow. Does anyone have any, magic truth magic, expose something like that?
Not really.
I can detect poison.
All I can do is tell you if he's lying.
Mm-hmm.
But
What if
someone
his
like him
mind
is
is
going
being
to be
controlled?
very good at telling the truth without technically lying.
True. And if the chief's mind was being controlled, he probably wouldn't even know that he was lying.
I wish I could talk to my master about this.
Ask Taj his real name.
If he's, accepts.
Which he won't give, which will be a lie.
Well, I mean, he would never.
He'll say something
give,
like,
he would
"I'm
never
called
give
Taj."
you his name. That's like the number one Fey rule is you don't give someone your name. That's why they say
Exactly. Exactly. So he'll go, "I'm called Taj," or something like that, and we can point out that that's not
can I
answering the
borrow
question.
your name?
Yeah.
You never want to say yes.
And something about Andalus, if it is the Prince of Frost,
Mm-hmm.
no one knows his name.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's just called the Prince of Frost.
What about Taj your real name?
Where were you 1 year ago?
Yeah, we'll have to try our best. But he's going to be very deceptive.
Maybe
Who's
we
our
could
most
ask him something
persuasive
like,
person here?
Ravik
we're
is
all
really
pretty
cool.
persuasive.
Ravik is really cool.
This is like
Maybe.
Ravik.
I don't know. Maybe we could ask him something like, who would know the name that you were given at birth? If
Are Faye born? Like, was he born? So there are ways he can get around these questions. You have to be careful.
well, are Faye born?
I mean, I don't think all of that. It gets really complicated sometimes.
It's gonna make my head hurt. Okay,
Wow.
let's.
But we could.
Have you always been Leonin?
Part of the Leonin? Or no,
Have you always appeared Leonin?
Yeah. I'll have to look at my spells too, see if there's anything on that end you can mess with.
There's like a beat spell or a counter spell someone has access to.
Counterspell, I think, is too high for all of you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's third level.
Oh, yeah. Next level would be.
Well, there was a point where Ravik had access to those magics, but
Yeah.
we won't dwell on the past. Who is typing so vigorously?
Lucky searching for
Sorry,
something.
no, that's
Oh,
me.
no, yeah.
That's me.
Andalus,
I'm not typing really hard. It's just my mic picks it up.
Dottie just comes.
Someone
Type as hard as you want.
No, I was
He's
just
moving.
looking at something that I know the answer to, but I don't want it to be the answer.
He's moving.
Oh, no.
He's moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's moving now. Okay. Oh,
Try to follow him. Where's he going?
Oh no, he just moved from where he was standing.
Oh my God. Dot, you beautiful, wonderful creature. Thank you.
Yeah, he's in the middle of the chamber now.
Okay. I'm going to click back into her.
Okay. He's no longer staring at the mural, and now he's like in the middle of the chamber, so he's a little bit closer to where Dottie is hiding in the shadows. And now he's just standing in the middle of the chamber and occasionally like making those same hand motions.
I really don't like that he's doing the hand motions.
Oh, he's casting.
Yeah,
he's definitely casting.
He's totally
Can I-
casting.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I
Yeah, sure.
can confirm if he's casting? Like if that's what it seems like to me.
This is going to be the stupidest question ever. If I cast guidance on Angelus, does it work for Angelus using perception through Dottie's eyes?
Yeah. So because Andalus is looking through Dottie, it's still Andalus's perception.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's almost-
guidance
All
works
right.
there.
Or-
Yes.
So if you say out loud what you're doing, can I
I am.
ask?
Yeah,
assist?
I'm narrating to everyone when I do this. I'm like,
Okay.
I am
Question
looking
is-
through the chicken.
So I just clutch your. I just kind of hold your hand for a second.
You
and do
clap
it.
her
Okay.
hand.
Quick question. Is Taj known as a spellcaster? If Dot ran and grabbed someone and exposed him as being in this chamber casting spells, would that be like a shock or revolution
Well,
to
he's like they're
the
used
rest of
to
the tribe?
him. They're used to him being in this chamber.
Yeah, he's always in.
Well, but
he's in the
have
chamber
they
a lot.
seen him? Have they seen him casting magic? Not that he's there. Is he because he's there casting magic? Like, is he known as a
Would they-
spellcaster?
I
But
don't know.
also,
Would they recognize that?
how do we prove he was casting magic? The
Yeah.
second someone
I'm
comes
saying
in, he goes.
if Dot could run and grab someone, get their attention, have them follow her back, and
You're
see
saying
him.
if you want my fey chicken to talk to someone,
I didn't say
you
talk
want
to,
my
but
fey
a chicken acting
My
strangely,
fey
bucking and
chicken.
flapping his feathers in front of Barik.
What?
Ravik,
Might
What,
get his
the
Tony?
attention
most
and get him to
suspicious
follow.
fucking
The
thing
kids
we
are
could
in the well?
possibly do. The most suspicious fucking thing I could
Yeah,
possibly
exactly.
do would be that.
Lassie that shit.
Bad
Look through the
suspicious.
chicken and figure out what he's casting for Blugger.
Yeah,
Okay, I rolled a nat one.
that
Very
one.
cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's difficult.
My idea is not
to
sounding that
tell.
far fetched.
He's just making motions. It is, and then like he seems to be talking to himself, but he's making the motions occasionally and talking. Yeah.
Casting. He is casting hard, bro.
Should we tell
Ritual
Barrett
casting,
about this?
something. Any magic zone, maybe? I don't know.
That was kind of, I guess, a question for the DM. Like, is Taj? Do we know that Taj is known as a spellcaster?
It's not been it's not been mentioned to
yeah.
you that Taj is a spellcaster. The only time that magic has ever come up within the Leonin culture was when Andalus gave Lilac the whistle and said, "Is it magic?" And Lilac said, we're not allowed to keep magic stuff."
So magic is obviously taboo here in their culture. I mean, the fact that I Misty stepped caused them
they
to
didn't
lose
like that.
all trust in me, and now I'm here with you all. Lucky seems to be the only one that really holds any favor with them as a Lightbringer. I think
I also killed the being that held his child. So.
Sure. Yeah, but he did make a point of saying, Lucky, as a Lightbringer, I will, trust your word. So you hold some weight here, Lucky. At least your title. I don't know. I say if somehow we can get someone in there to catch him using magic, that'll at least cast some doubt.
If they're not a spellcaster, they may not.
Well, they seem to recognize what magic is. They recognize what magic is.
It might be more useful just for us to know that if we try to argue to move it out of the chamber, that might be our best bet. Not
That's
hold it
what I
in
was
the
thinking.
chamber.
Say something about the truth only being visible in sunlight or something. The purifying light of day.
I'll argue that my powers
work
best in the sunlight.
As a Lightbringer.
As a Lightbringer, right.
It's
I think that should work. There's something to that.
There's something to that.
There is something
we'll
to that.
Sell it.
Maybe.
We'll really sell it.
Well, maybe.
Can we kind of look around and just make sure we are alone in this area?
Yeah, you can make a perception check. Lucky, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just trailing off.
Okay.
You saying that is giving me Yorin flashbacks, Robert.
I'll
I
help
hate that.
with the perception check.
Yeah, you can make it with advantage, Robbie.
And then the chief shows up and is like, well.
What do we have here?
Isn't it past your bedtime, Chief?
Oh, a natural 20 for 23.
Natural 20. I mean, there's not a lot in the jail cell to explore, but you do find, like the quickling, you find one more of those little like moat slivers of that yellowish gem.
I mean, like, is there anyone else around listening in?
Yeah, well,
like, do I hear heavy breathing at the edge of the doorway?
No, so as you're like walking
see
around,
a shadow coming in.
There's nobody around, and you, while you're passing by, kind of checking, you find this little moat. The only person that you get the sense of, is other than the centaur, is Barik, and he's standing probably 15 or 20 feet away from the door, leaning against his spear, and doing his best not to listen to your conversation.
Okay, all right. I'm just going to say you're a bit tricky, and I wouldn't put it past Taj to send a little underling to spy on us while we're trying to
send his own chicken.
Yeah,
there is
plan not to be beheaded or torn apart by a pack of Humanoid lions.
I think Dot's really special. I don't think there are any other ones.
Oh, you sweet,
Very
sweet
everything.
summer child.
No, not that there. I know there are other chickens in the world, but they're none like Dot.
I would agree with that.
Dot is
I know
special.
it-
Dot
know
is
it-
very
it is.
special.
Very erudite for a chicken.
I'm sorry.
Alright,
if,
so
There's a
and
pun I'm going to sit on now.
and I'm sorry if Taj said anything hurtful to any of you. You know, he was trying to get.
What
at
did he
all of
say?
us.
Oh, the little insults he lobbed at everyone.
Yeah.
He
the fact that
insinuated
we're
the
here is
bunny
an
had-
insult.
You insinuated the body had hands instead of paws.
Well, these
That was
hands are going to
insult.
cave his face in at the first opportunity.
Sorry, wait. No. Now we gotta talk about. Bonnie has hands, right? Bonnie's gotta be able to hold shit.
Yeah, Bonnie has a shield and a.
But,
the
but
Bonnie's-
I picture them like they're
Holding
furry,
things.
like paws.
I have to look up
Still a hand.
Paragon.
I look at
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse, and I'm not gonna say Mickey Mouse's paw, even though it's probably furry under the glove. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Like they're definitely drawn as having hands with opposable thumbs.
Well, I assumed
He
it's
is.
opposable thumbs, but I just assumed it was, like.
Oh, Rob,
like
it's got a paw and a thumb. Like a bare furless thumb sticking out.
That's
Thumb
funny.
would be furry.
Yeah,
You
fur
want-
cover.
You want
Yeah.
some nightmare fuel? No, Bonnie just has
Exactly.
rabbit paws with two human thumbs on them.
Oh,
No.
Bonnie's monkey paw wish gone wrong.
no. Hey, so are we putting all of our eggs in the basket, assuming we can get the lion tribe to hold these processions outdoors?
Oh no, we may have to fight our way out.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to be torn to shreds by a tribe of lions.
I don't want to fight them.
Well, I'll fight for you, but this is not where I plan to.
I mean, I think they
Die.
might just can possibly just ask to be walked through the village and leave and not return.
Yeah, they seem to have it.
We still haven't done anything wrong.
And honestly, saving the valley isn't in our purview. We don't
No.
have to. I mean, I think it's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, we're here to explore and we're here to find the opal so that we can disengage the guns or whatever it was that shot the ship down.
What's a gun?
You know what a
You've
gun
seen
is. They got
Lucky's gun.
popular in the last
Yeah,
couple
Lucky has
years.
a gun.
I've seen camp.
I have one.
Lucky has a gun that they used already.
Yeah.
This is my boomstick.
Boomstick. Shop smart.
Yeah.
Shop smart.
All right.
You guys have probably 3 or 4 hours before daybreak. If you want to
Are we
complete
long
your
rested?
long rests.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I need a long rest for sure if I have any chance of tomorrow. I gotta swap some spells around too.
Yeah. So you find
I
some-
can't swap
Um,
spells as a paladin, right? I'm locked in.
I think you're locked into the spells you chose. Yeah.
Do we have like Josh, if we wanted a a little one-on-one time RP as people are going bedding down, can we
Yeah. Like some of you got part of a long rest already. And so I Lucky was one of those, I believe. So I
Mhm.
think, yeah, if you want to have a little one
I
on
probably napped with the children on top of me.
yeah,
A little
100%.
line cuts on top.
Oh,
So if
I
you
think Paladin can change
cool.
out spells
at level
with
ups.
a long rest.
Can
Oh.
they?
I
I
think
will-
that was the
Paladin?
old rule set.
I think that's
don't know
the
about the new
old.
one.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think they
can
could. I don't
anymore.
think they could even change out in the old rule set. I'll look it up while you, if
Yeah.
you like, everyone else kind of beds down. Lucky, yeah, you can have a one-on-one.
Yeah. Just as people are starting to get settled and chill out, What is Andulisate doing?
He's just pacing around.
Yeah, well, I stopped that, and I just kind of like get his attention and just kind of be like,
he like looks at you a little bit like, can I ignore them? And then realizes he cannot run away in the cell. Very sad. And he will walk like kind of sheepishly over to you.
You can change one.
a Charlie Brown sad walk.
He literally is like sheepishly walking to you.
Bonnie, you can change one spell after a long rest. You can switch out one spell. Yeah.
Ooh,
That's fine.
that's cool.
All right.
Yeah, so once you like sit next to me, I'll like look to make sure we're like out of earshot, or like other people are like seem to be asleep and are not like listening to this, and I will just turn and go, I just wanted to let you know that I do know what Taj meant when he was talking about you and where you're from. And I didn't think it was fair if you thought that maybe it went over everyone's head.
That's okay. I think it's okay if you know.
Okay.
But you could just not tell anyone else yet. I'm still
Not mine to
trying.
share.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure some things out.
Oh. I'll be there when you do decide to share.
If it makes you feel any better too, when he said that weird thing to you, I didn't know what that meant at all.
I didn't know either.
It's
Josh,
weird.
that's true, right? I didn't know what the fuck he said to me.
And I really, I'm going to send it to you so you have the wording in your...
Oh, that's so ominous. That means that's reoccurring. I don't like that.
In your life. Hey, yeah.
That's strange.
Great.
That's strange. He would say something like that. Then
I don't know. But there's a lot of languages I don't know. So maybe it was in one of those.
he was probably trying to emotionally manipulate you anyway. It's probably better you don't know.
I think he was trying to get in all of our heads.
It wasn't deep speech, was it, Josh?
No, it was definitely a language that none of you speak.
Yep. Yeah. I'm just chilling. I'm just gonna chill with you. And I start knitting, anxiously knitting.
Yeah, I probably go to bed sooner rather than later. Rest up.
Although
Bonnie's going to go to bed. Do we want Bonnie to have detect magic or protection from evil and good?
Detect magic is good.
Probably that.
Because if we could prove if he's doing something magical and we could pick up on something in the chamber being magical, that would be a good reason to move it out of the chamber.
If you want someone to have protection from evil and good, I can grab it.
Okay.
And then that way both are covered.
Because what that can do is you get to basically
Yeah.
make one person immune from Fae.
well, it's not immunity; it's just an
But,
advantage. Like they can't
advantage,
hurt you. They have advantage on the any attacks against you or whatever.
Yeah, they have disadvantage on attacks, and they can't be possessed, charmed, or frightened.
Yes.
It's the charmed
Okay.
one that I'm like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can only do it to one person though.
So technically, to go along
I'll
with
take it if you want someone to have it.
your
but,
conversation earlier about whether or not the chieftain was
useful.
charmed, if somebody is charmed and then becomes immune to charmed, the effect fades.
Ooh, okay. Sure.
Right, but then I'd have to cast on
On the
so that's
chief.
like a choice. I'd have to cast on the chief, and the chief would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
That would look fucking horrible.
Or
Yeah, so I'll
But it might not
take
be
it,
bad.
but yeah. it'll have to be like a strategic. We know, like we know he's so clearly possessed. We've got to end it.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will work, kind of thing. Yeah.
Did Rob say he was going
to be? We're sure that Taj is glamored, not possessed.
No.
We have no idea, dude.
We don't know.
Straight up, no idea
at all.
It could be a regent or just someone acting on behalf of this Aster. So,
yeah, the risk is too high to mess with that, I guess.
Yeah, when he said Taj came in a few months ago, that makes it sound like Taj isn't a real person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a cover, but we're not like sure.
Yeah, in the original, like when the chief was talking about Taj, he did mention that Taj is not from Samartaj, that he joined them and he wasn't quite sure how their tribe survived the subversion, but they weren't part of the tribe that was in the Opals Valley.
God, what a lazy fate.
He's from a dead tribe. Oh my God, this dude's backstory is so
also
bullshit.
Lazy Faye to be like, what is this place called? Samartaj? Oh yeah, my name's Taj.
Taj, yeah. Yeah.
A loser. Just kidding. I thought he was really cool.
Right. When Rob gets back, I do have.
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm on headset,
good.
so I'm just refilling my drink.
So you did ask.
I can hear.
You did ask the question if it was deep speech, Rob. It wasn't deep speech. However, you did hear it, and there's one word that you would know the meaning of.
Okay.
So Alfada Bain Anujum. Anujum means stars.
Okay.
Not Elvish, is it?
It's not Elvish.
You wouldn't do that.
But it's.
I don't think it's like a basic language, guys.
No, it is. It's like
not primordial.
Like, that was a deep speech word. The other two words are like not, but it's like you can almost imagine that like maybe it's speaking a language that deep speech morphed into or evolved from or something, but there's some connection there. Yeah, Anajum means.
But Ravik wasn't there to hear it, so
Anajum means stars.
Like if deep speech is Spanish, this is Latin. I hate that.
Yes, there you go. That's good. Yeah, so there's still some Latin words that exist within Spanish, and so you're able like Anajum means stars. Mm-hmm.
I will pull Lucky aside and tell them that so that they may do with it what they will.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just go off on my own. Okay. Process that.
You go to sleep. So all of you bed down for the evening, so you get the full effects of your long rest while you are sleeping.
Yep.
Can we take turns on watch?
If you want to.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the thing where I don't have to sleep that much.
Andala's already got their long rest, I think. So
I think I had enough hours, and if not, I'm
and Kieran did as well.
If not, I'm doing the thing where I'm like, I can still be active decently.
Yeah. So Lucky, Ravik, and Bonnie definitely need to finish their long rest, but Kieran and Andala's already finished theirs. So either you all can stay awake.
Yeah.
Kieran, if you want to watch here, I'm going to keep watching Taj through Dot.
All right.
As you all are sleeping, Andalis. You hear like a voice in your head at some point. I think you might have lost a chicken.
Bastard.
It's not Taj's voice.
What? Do I know whose voice it is?
Nope, not a voice that you've heard before.
What do you mean? I see if I can respond. And I'm like, who are you?
Are you the owner of the chicken?
Well, I'm not her owner. You know, that'd be presumptuous, but she's my traveling companion.
Well, she seems to have strayed.
How are you talking to me right now?
You're looking right at me. and like that calls you to focus in your eyes. And you see like underneath one of the trees, like opposite the enclosure here, just two glinting like eyes, like torchlight has caught eyes, and that's all you can see is just the floating eyes staring out at you from beneath the forest canopy. And then Dottie comes running out from behind that and into the cage.
I like scoop her up. Are you okay?
I don't want to ever encounter whatever that was again.
Did they hurt you?
No, so he was still just working in the chamber, and I got distracted. And so I walked away a little bit. And when I left the cave, I got swiped. And then next thing I know, I was being carried through the village into the trees.
I look out to the eyes to see if they're still there.
Yep.
I asked them, "Are you Fae?"
Are you?
Not exactly.
Not at all.
The Fae wish to hurt the people here.
Of course they do.
Well, we're trying to stop that from happening.
Then you might need my other half's help. And the eyes shift as if the creature was stands, and then turns and walks, and into the firelight you see a mountain lion. And then the mountain lion disappears into the shadow off of the way and bounds away.
I'm just like staring like wide-eyed. I like look over at Kieran if he's awake.
Yeah, Kieran's awake.
Kieran.
Yes.
I had a really weird experience right now.
Okay.
I tell you what happened.
That's not normal cat behavior.
No, this whole place is strange.
But I'm wondering if this means we have unexpected allies.
I hope so. I want to help these people if I can.
Yeah. I just see so many ways this is going to go south.
Well, I'm tricky too.
Counting on it.
Thank you, Mr. Rifted.
And if we do have to fight our way out, we can be non-lethal.
True. Okay.
Some advantages of having a wooden sword, after all.
I saw you cut someone in half with that sword, so I'm really not thinking about the non-lethality of it at the moment.
I said some advantages.
Okay.
Things can go either way.
Wow, that's really cool. He just stares at you.
It was also unexpected on my part, too. Just so you know, I was not expecting that to happen.
You've never done that before? You acted like you've done it a lot.
Well, in practice with paper, yes. With a person, no.
Whoa. He's like looking at you like a child with like giant eyes. Whoa. He's just staring at you. Like a toddler across the room. He just continues to look at you.
Do I notice anything else, Josh?
No. There's aside from Barak keeping watch, and still awake, the light on the horizon begins to lighten as the sun is approaching rising, and you don't see any other weird shapes or movement. And with the sunrise and what will come from there, we'll go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break and come back for the next slide. Yep. Thank you, bye.
Okay.
Also had the pieces at the beginning. Look.
Oh no.
Incredible.
So, as the sun begins to rise over Samartaj and Lucky, Ravik, Bonnie, you all complete your long rest and awaken. Kieran and Andalus there kind of keeping eye on you as you go.
Kieran will have added a second red ribbon to his sword.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that.
And then you, as you're kind of gathering yourselves here, a moment or two goes by or so, and like as the sun's peeking over the horizon, you see a small figure approaching Barik, and you see Lilac bringing her dad like a bundle of breakfast, and she kind of hands it off to him, and he gives her a hug, and then she tentatively approaches the gel cell entrance, and she goes, I wasn't sure where you all went. But my mom made you all breakfast. And she passes it through the jail cell to you, to each of you. And there's just a bundle of tied up food. Did you all do something bad? Is that why you're in here?
Oh no, we're just scared. It's safer in here.
Well, then why are we out here?
Because your dad's out there.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty strong.
Can I move up to Lilac, who I feel like I had like some time with, and we have like a little bit of a rep, you know? Like these kids think I'm cool, and I'll be like, remember, it's like that story that I was telling you about. We are going undercover right now, tending to be in jail when we could get out any time.
Oh, are you all going to put on disguises?
Angela's
Very good idea. We'll think
sweating.
about it.
Okay. Well, because in the story, like the one, they like to wear the disguises sometimes, and that really helped.
Right.
You're all very, like, especially, I think if you want to choose one of you to put on a disguise, Mr. Kieran should put on a disguise. He's very recognizable.
He's very recognizable. That's true.
Bonnie's gonna look at Kieran and be like, "You heard her."
She's not wrong. From the mouths of babes.
Well, my mom made they're really good, delicious. They're potato cakes, and then there's bison bacon.
Wow.
Mm.
Can you please tell your mother we said thank you?
She wanted me to say to all of you, and she said that I should say it because it was me, but I think she also meant it from her to say thank you for what you did for me last night.
Anytime.
We're very glad that you're safe. That's what's most important.
And you all are undercover, so you're not in any danger, I hope.
Exactly.
No.
I hope
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I've got to go make sure Torch is up for school.
He does look a little like a matchstick, but don't tell your mother and father
He
that.
does. He look burnt out matchstick. And she kind of like runs away and waves at you as she's going, like a new little dress flouncing around her as she goes, her tail excitedly moving as she makes her way back up to the treehouse. And Barik kind of looks back at each of you. I think I would trust her if she wasn't so trusting of everyone and not see danger anywhere. Thank you for the kindness that you've shown her.
She's a lovely.
And he kind of goes and begins to eat the food provided for his breakfast as you all await what is coming.
But what exactly is coming?
Well, you're eating your breakfast. Like, you can't go anywhere. I mean, Bonnie can jump out anytime. But as the morning goes, if there's anything you want to finalize with your plans before...
I'll make us tea again, so we have the save, too.
Okay, yeah. And
What's the tea do?
First Constitution save of the day is at advantage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then, Ravik, I'll give you... are your ears pierced?
Sure, yeah.
You're like, I'm bisexual, sure.
He's a sailor, sure.
Yeah, of course they are.
And Dualisite made you a little one earring that has like a little wave on. It has like kind of oceany look to it.
It's lovely, and Dualisite. I didn't know we were at the gift giving stage already, but
it's
this is nice.
It's a token. So, and you get a free shield spell.
I assumed.
Shield.
Oh, all right.
A familiar spell to Ronnie.
Yeah.
I'll go to like I-5 you, if that's okay.
High five you.
And I'll cast Mage Armor on you.
Oh, thanks.
Just in case things get crazy this morning.
Just in case things go sideways. Right.
All right.
Bonnie does some stretches.
Stretches. All right. So as the morning kind of goes, like the sun begins to rise in the sky, and you can tell it's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning or so. A couple hours pass of you just preparing, getting yourselves mentally ready. When finally Taj comes down to the area, and he's speaking to Barak, and he says, "Oh, well, the chieftain has decided to awaken this morning, so we can head in that direction, Barak." Barak says, "All right, I'll bring our guests." And he walks over to the cage and pulls the door open and allows all of you to walk out without any kind of, he's not forcing you or it's not a perp walk from Barak's perspective. And Taj just kind of looks at each of you and smiles, and then turns and walks ahead to the chieftain's cave.
Yes.
And Barak leads you all up. You enter into the darkened cave, like kind of down into the central structure, and then the large.
I will hang back as far as possible.
Okay. Barak's kind of at the back end, so he's kind of making sure you guys are heading the right direction, so you can kind of hang out.
Reason being that if he's done something other than with the spell of something that's going to snare people, to try and hold back far enough that I don't step on the snare.
Absolutely. That's fine. As you all enter into the chamber, the vision of the large mural and the torchlight, kind of the smoky atmosphere from the torch smoke gathering up in the upper areas of the cavern. And you see Dejin there kind of sprawled out on his throne, like picking through his morning meal, wearing simple garb, and he kind of looks at all of you. Well, Taj has informed me of the events of the night. More outsiders bringing chaos to our area, as I'm told. But we do not sentence without trial. Welcome. Come closer. And he kind of waves it at each of you to kind of come into the chamber. And Taj like moves up to his left-hand side. Barak moves up to the right. He says, "Well, what Leonin speaks for you?" And Barak says, "I do." And then so Taj speaks against. And Taj says, "Why, of course." Well, what do you have to say for yourselves? And Barak kind of steps forward. Well, the events of last night, a pack of shape changers attacked the village with the seeming intention to steal our young and carry them away, as we've heard has happened in outer villages. These 5 stood up to fight alongside us to bring them to heel. Taj was not there. When the fighting cleared, I was dealing with my children, and Taj was with these 5 to check on the centaur when a call came out that they had betrayed us, and I found them locked in the cage at Taj's word and will. they seem to have a different idea of how things happened than Taj does, so I shall let them speak for themselves. And he kind of steps to the side to give you a moment to speak.
Well, that's precisely accurate. We were alerted when the pixies and fae decided to attack your village. We sprang into action to defend as many as we could, and my party members here were able to save the children that they were targeting, trying to whisk away in the night. We actually were able to end most of the fae that attacked, ending their lives, and we captured one pixie that seemed to be leading the charge. I was able to speak with the pixie, and it was able to convey that there's actually been someone who's infiltrated your people here, your village. They are part of the unseelie court of the Fae. They've been working to sow discord in your village and between your people and the centaurs, and using that distraction to gather more energy for some spell that they want to achieve within the next couple of days, is my understanding.
Chieftain Dejin, and Taj speaks up. What do we know of these Fae creatures? Their magics. They can teleport at will. They change shape. Wouldn't it be a beneficial thing for the Fae to come in to sow discord by looking like the heroes that we so worship? Saving our children in the night, and then becoming our friends. When this one, and he kind of looks at you, Ravik, displays the very magics that the Fae use against us. And this one, he turns to Andalus, does not bear the shape of their true identity. Dejin kind of looks at you, Andalus. What does he mean?
That doesn't mean I'm Fae. There's other magics people can have that allow them to do that. It's not exclusive to Fae creatures.
But Fae are tricksters.
Absolutely.
They would tell us that.
That may be true, but as you all know, we do not come from this continent, and it's not uncommon where we come from in other parts of the world for individuals to have access to magics. It's not Fae magic, and it doesn't mean that we are tricksters. I mean, my people, we're willing to walk away here today and not be the heroes to the Leonin. We don't look to have any praise or claim any bounty from what we've done.
Just to add into that, our intent was to leave this morning. So what sense would it be for us to ingratiate ourselves with you when we're on the way out the door? This makes no sense.
Exactly. We weren't here to try to put you in our debt or make you feel that you have any reason to thank us or worship us. We simply saw that during the attack you needed help, and we sprang into action, just as your people did for us when we were in trouble in the canyon with those large bison that could have trampled us.
It is just difficult timing. You all arrive in our camp on the same day.
I would also like...
No. On the same day that the centaur travel deep into our lands with a scouting party, on the same day that shape changers attack our village. Do you not think that that is somewhat of an odd coincidence?
Well, that's what we're trying to tell you. We think that was all fabricated as a way to keep the conflict between the Leonin and the Centaurs going. We think that these Fae purposefully orchestrated that entire thing. But I do want to say that it is ironic that there are accusations of us using our magic to teleport or perhaps change our appearance when we believe there are others that you trust that is using similar magic. And we have an ability that can help to expose the truth. One of my party members. We think that that will shed some light on what's going on and who exactly is telling the truth here in these situations. And like I said, we're willing to walk away from your village or people and ask nothing of you.
And what power is this that can reveal truth?
Well, I'll let our Lightbringer, Lucky, explain exactly what they're capable of. Lucky,
the reason that I became suspicious yesterday is when I cast a spell that sets up a literal zone of truth. Wanted to ask questions after the attack that happened and how it was brought to my attention. Taj has Fey magic. Very likely Fey himself. I know that seems outlandish to you to hear. No, you don't want to believe that. But I know it to be. And if you allow me to put up a zone of truth in here, I hope we can all get to the bottom of this.
Lucky, do you think maybe it's best we travel outside to cast this spell? Maybe in the light of day, things will be a bit more clear. If that's okay with your leadership here.
Dejin kind of looks at you, Lucky. I respect what a Lightbringer does, or was once destined to do. I do not know if we need to leave this chamber. With our ancestors looking down upon us, and he kind of looks back at the mural. Is this not a place where truth for all Leonin can be met?
But we're looking for truth for more than just the Leonin. And in the bright light of day, who fears the shadow?
You all can make a group persuasion check. You can choose who you would like to helm that.
Not me.
I've got +4.
Yeah.
I got a +6.
I'll do it. I think I'm I'm +7. So
Ooh.
Damn!
pretty persuasive what I want to be. I'll
Does he do it with advantage?
Um,
We're all helping?
He does not because of the situation. It's not a disadvantage.
That's a big fucking ass.
It's not a disadvantage.
I know, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just say, well, I believe that a Lightbringer operating in the light will just enhance their natural gifts. And
Lucky smiling, knowing full well that the sun has literally nothing to do with what he does.
Okay. Well, that's a 17 on the dice.
Nice.
So 24, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Ravik, baby.
So Taj Taj says, "What is this that we ask our chieftain to stand and leave the comfort of his own chamber for the outsider's well-being?" And you just hear
Or
like
the sake of the
you
truth.
just hear a spear tip like hit the ground, and you watch as Dejin stands leaning against the spear tip, and he says, "Well, it has been some time since I've seen the sunlight, Taj. Why not take a stroll? And he carefully kind of comes down off of his dais and moves out of the chamber.
How close is he getting to me right now? What's like?
So he's gonna.
How good of a visual do I have on his face and his facial expressions? I.e., can I make a good insight check?
On yeah. He's gonna walk right by you, so you can absolutely.
Is he showing signs of like possession? Like is like eyes glazed over? Like is there any like immediate tell of like this guy looks not good?
Yeah, you can make an insight check as he's walking.
I would like to make an insight check as to how pissed Taj looks.
Yeah, I want to watch Taj and make sure he's not.
You can make an insight check on Taj.
Is he angry about
I've got a 19 on that check on the chieftain.
Yeah, the chieftain looks completely fine. Like he looks like he's just an old dude.
Just an old dude.
He's just an old dude, and he's like he doesn't appear to be like glazed over or glossy. Like he seems to be in his right mind.
Okay.
I rolled
a 4. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, can I give Bonnie help with?
It's hard to help somebody with insight like that.
You should.
Well, I have a.
You should probably roll on your own.
I'll roll.
You can roll on your own. You can roll a separate insight. Yeah.
I got a little bit of something.
As you all begin to make your way outside with Dejin and Barak, and Taj brings up the rear behind all of you.
It's a 6.
A 6, yeah. He looks completely nonplussed by all of this. And he kind of follows behind you all. Lucky, you kind of stood still to watch as Dejin passed you by. So Taj is kind of walking right behind you. And he just whispers so that you can hear, maybe I didn't need a couple days after all. As you guys make your way outside. And
as soon as we go outside, Ravik wants to sort of
I'm sorry, Josh, that was really quiet. Did he say maybe I didn't need a couple days after all?
Yes, that is what he said.
As in getting the chief outside is bad, and that's a bad thing that we're doing right now?
We may have miscalculated.
So
I was gonna say Ravik wants to like case the area and look out across the horizon, look at the tops of the buildings, and see if there's any
make a perception check.
A sniper or something.
Can I insight check Taj on like if he's just trying to grasp at straws, or if he like is really feeling victorious right now?
Sure,
or
go ahead.
Okay.
16 on the dice. 16.
Damn, he's good.
And that's 19 total.
Okay. As you guys come back out into the daylight, that a moment of like you were in a darkened cave where there's no sunlight, and then suddenly your eyes are hit by the sun. You take some moment for you to adjust.
Or could have been 21.
But you're looking out at the area, Ravik, and you guys are at the very top of the 3-tiered structure of the cave, or the cliffside portion of Samartaj, and you're kind of looking out. People are going about their day down below you. The market is open.
Anyone that looks suspicious or
you don't see anything
shifty eyes,
weird or strange. People immediately kind of notice when Dejin appears in the light, and a couple people stop and like notice that the chieftain is out during the daylight. Like he seems to just kind of sit in his chamber for the most part. And so there's a few like nods up in his direction as they scatter and go about their day. What was your insight check on?
25.
Like it is all of the way that he says it to you is like all of these proceedings are so delightful.
Okay.
Hate it.
Do I hear that?
No. I
You just to Lucky. You just whispered to Lucky.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you guys, okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, you move on, and then I'm gonna look if I could do something. I will interrupt if I think I can do it, but I don't think I can.
You guys go outside, and I assume that so Dejin kind of takes up a place in the cave mouth, and Barak and Taj take up their spaces on either side, and you guys in front, and Dejin just kind of motions to you, Lucky, to do the zone of truth. And says, well, the sun is quite bright today. It should empower your truth-giving abilities quite well.
All right. May I, as a show of good faith, cast a protection spell on you?
He kind of looks at Barak. Let me see.
If for any reason that I seem to be harming the chief, then you have full permission to attack.
Wow. It
I
is.
swear on my God that I will not hurt you.
Yeah. The chieftain kind of looks at you. There are not enough that keep the old ways still. That means something. I trust you. And he takes out his hand to you.
Okay.
So cool. So cool.
Okay. So here's the thing. I said that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, because I got a lot of concentration-based things overlapping right now.
So if you want me to, I can cast either Sanctuary or Shield of Faith on him.
I was really looking for protection from evil and good.
You can do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then I can't do Zone of Truth on top of it.
Yeah. So you'd have to
concentration.
You would have to
Dang, I could have taken
fake
that.
Zone of Truth or something.
I didn't take it this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I took Detect Poison and Disease, but that's all I have for this argument.
I do. It's just okay, Josh. Could we retcon if we're like, if we're not going in the room? I have protect from evil and good.
But you went in the room.
But as in, like, we're not doing it in the room.
I think Sanctuary is going to be like.
But you're not doing it in the room. So, like, the plan.
Okay,
your initial plan was you might have to do it in the room, but you guys succeeded at that. But that doesn't change.
Yeah, I'll do Sanctuary, and Sanctuary it just lasts a minute, and it doesn't.
Sure.
I
don't think Sanctuary doesn't do. That's not concentration.
Sanctuary is not concentration.
Yeah.
You just have to do a wisdom saving throw, and so hopefully, if someone did try to grab the chief or attack him, that
they'd have to fail. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Yeah. So he feels the energy kind of wash over him, and he nods, and then says, "Well."
Wait, is this concentration? Hold on. Sorry, I took the spell today and I have no idea what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a warding bond between me and the chief.
Okay.
So he has a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. He has resistance to all damage. If he takes damage, I take the same amount of damage.
Yeah. Or is it the same or is it half? I think it's
between you.
It's the same. Oh, okay. Right. He takes half the damage.
Not the wording. No, that's a different spell. Warding bond. Okay. Warding bond is I'm giving him a bonus, and the trade-off is that
you take the damage.
Yeah,
perfect. All right, good. He feels the energy kind of wash over him, and then he says,
and this lasts for an hour.
Yeah, he says, that is.
Well, you get a +1 AC and resistance to all damage.
Yeah, but then but both of you take the damage if it's taken. So it's like that. It's
right. So like if someone tries to assassinate him, I'm also going to get so fucked up.
Yeah.
But
but resistance to damage.
It would theoretically help him out.
Yeah. He says that energy feels pure and divine. I will give you leave to bring about the truth then.
Watching Taj like a hawk this entire time.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to stand within 5 feet of the chief.
Hand hovering over.
The way it's kind of structured, it's definitely like those three are here and they've got you away. Okay. So I mean, like you guys have to be within close enough range for Zone of Truth, but you're probably more like 10 feet from the chieftain just because of that nature. But lucky you cast Zone of Truth. Everyone must succeed, or you can either elect to fail or you can roll a charisma saving throw.
I'll fail.
And
I'll fail.
Okay. Only Lucky knows if I succeed, so I'm trying. Does an 11 beat it, Lucky?
Does not.
No.
Yeah.
God damn it! You sent me resist again.
Yeah. Does Ravik resist? or
I
does
just
he-
kind of look at you like, buddy.
I need to this time.
I know.
Yeah, Ravik resist rolled a 23.
Oh, you feel Ravik
You're good.
resist. Yeah. You feel Barik. The spell hits Barik, and Barik just kind of like nods into it as he.
And I would
elects to fail.
explain, like, I think, like, before I won't explain it because, like, we all know how the spell works.
Yeah.
But, like, to
Oh, wait.
the people in this room that don't use magic, like the bard or the chief, like, this is how this works. Like, when you feel it, like, either, you know, choose to resist, and I will know that, or just allow it to happen. And it
We don't
can't
have
make
anything
you
that
say
can give
anything, but it only,
Taj-
you know, all that.
Disadvantage.
Do
No.
we have anything that would give Taj disadvantage on?
No, you guys don't have that.
But we would
kind of
know if
kit
he
yet.
didn't admit to it.
Yeah. Barik leans in and allows the spell to take effect.
X's
You
for-
feel the chieftain allows the spell to take effect, and the spell does not affect Taj.
Damn it!
Yeah. I had feared.
Call him out.
He has advantage on saving throws against magic.
So call him out. Say, Taj, why do you resist my... I'll say this in Lucky's head.
Well, I would just say it. I think I would just say it automatically. I'd go, Taj, is there something that you would like me to not ask you? So with that, when I cast the spell again, you choose not to resist?
A spell goes off, and what you just said is removed from the conversation.
Ah, that.
Is it...
bastard.
What's that? Mind... What is it
It's
called?
gift of gab, dude.
Oh, no.
Gift of
So what does that
fucking gab.
mean for me, though? Because I still know that he didn't.
Yeah, you still know that he didn't succeed, but the revelation that he didn't succeed is removed from the conversation at the same moment that Taj is saying, well, it seems that we are all under the effects of your spell. You can go ahead and begin your questioning then.
And I can't, like, be like, actually, like, there's no way to...
You
argue
can,
it?
but like he's like, how many spell slots are you going to want to run through with him on this? But it's up to you. Yeah.
Josh, I will waste this man's entire spell slot. Do not try me. I feel like Lucky would keep pushing it.
Okay.
Like, because this is like the whole point of this.
Yeah.
Like a charm or something? Is everyone like with the elven
Gift of Gab
blood
affects
have
everybody who heard it.
Everyone who heard it. Yeah.
Like-
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if
Damn, I need
Could
this
you-
spell.
so this is
Well, but
Out of
Kieran
character.
doesn't have ears, so technically.
well, I was gonna say
I do have
gotta
ears,
hear
I
it
just don't
come
have
out.
earlobes.
Your whole.
Lucky,
They're like lizards.
Lucky, could you write it?
But I wouldn't, like, I don't have the knowledge that this is happening, right?
Yeah, Lucky doesn't necessarily know how this spell works. I mean,
Yeah, you don't.
All
So
I know is that in my
no one
brain,
else reacted
like,
to what you said.
yeah.
That's all you know.
So I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna keep doing it,
Okay.
like pedantically, because
Yeah. Because
Sure.
all of us in the room, to all of us, it seems like that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. Yeah.
Like we are not aware Lucky said anything.
So as Dejin asks the first question, so it burns through the first gift of gab from Lucky. Dejin asks the group, do you come to the Leonin people with peace in your hearts?
Yes.
Another spell slot is burnt on gift of gab, I assume, Lucky.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm going to keep arguing with this bitch like every time.
Yes. Okay. So as you say that, and then
And I think that, like, even if the words are getting removed, I think you can see that Lucky is, like, visibly distressed
yeah,
about,
you all
like,
can see that.
Yeah, something is happening
like
for
Taj.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, as the chieftain asks another, like, did you have anything to do with the attack that occurred the night before to your group? Taj says into your head, I do so enjoy playing games, but time is of the essence, Lucky. Better that we move through this quickly, right?
Go fuck yourself. I would like to cast on this man. I'm so mad. I'm casting a second level guiding bolt. I'm done with this idiot. I'm so done. No, this is time. This is time.
So as the spell goes off, there's just a moment where he just goes, and rips it out of your hands with a counter spell. And then he comes back to you. I don't want you to blow your cover so quickly. Let it play. As the all of this is happening in such a like mental space and like reversal of time that nobody but Lucky is picking up on all of this. As Dejin kind of turns to each of you. So ask the question about, did you have anything to do with the fight the night before?
Yeah, which we're able to say no.
Okay. And he kind of turns to Taj. Taj, are any of the accusations that they're laying at your feet accurate? And Taj says, of course not. And Barak looks at Taj. Is it possible, Taj, that you are not under the effects of Lucky's spell? And Taj says, of course not. The Lightbringer's powers are immutable under the sunlight, aren't they, Lucky? Another spell slot on a Gift of Gab is lost as you're trying to argue with that. But the question does go to you of like, aren't your powers more powerful under the sunlight from Taj?
I'm not under the zone of truth, bitch. No, that's not how this works. I succeeded at my spell.
Yeah. I only said that I believed that to be true. I never said that was, and me.
That's true. I didn't confirm anything. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna keep focusing on Tab and keep making him burn fucking spell slots on me because I'm so mad.
That's 4 second level spell slots. Okay. All right. As the Dejin kind of steps forward a little bit, he says, and so the Fae.
Can I message Taj?
Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm.
So like maybe he won't like can't erase that. I don't think that's how Gift of Gab works.
No, it has to be something that's
chief.
Yeah, it's something that is
but
said, right?
Magic are weird.
Yeah, but I think if I like, because it would show that I'm like casting, he would probably like.
You can do a sleight of hand check to try. You can do a sleight of hand check to see if he doesn't pick it up on it.
That's true.
His perception's not super high.
Okay, then I would like to try to message the chief then. Be like, hello? It's not great though. It's not good. That's 9.
With a 4 on the die, Taj does not see, like he's focused on making sure you're not going to say something else out loud that he can rip that out. So there's a moment where he's like, oh, I didn't have to waste that energy here when you can get off a message to the chief.
Chief Dejin, I have now tried to speak out that Taj chose to resist the spell about 5 times now, and he keeps casting a spell to prevent me from saying it. I don't know what to do.
He out loud, you hear, because he doesn't know how the spell works, out loud, you just hear him say, Taj can cast magic. And Taj kind of looks at you and smirks. Clever. Well, it was so fun dancing with all of you today. He vanishes from where he's standing, and you see him moving about 30 feet deeper into the chamber where you all just left. And immediately Dejin kind of looks at where did Taj go, and then he turns.
Haul after him.
Barak is also running after him. What are the rest of you doing?
I get within 5 feet of the chief.
Okay.
I cast Hold Person?
You cast Hold Person. Let me just know the wording on that. I don't think it affects Fae.
I mean, it says creature. It says humanoid.
He's not humanoid.
Dang.
He is Fae.
Whoa.
Like Fae and humanoid are different. I think because there's a hold monster at a higher level that affects.
Choose a humanoid.
Yeah, he's not humanoid.
That probably doesn't count.
And as he's moving, and all of you are running after him, you see like elements of the Leonin nature fading from him as he moves. And first you see like the fur kind of goes away and there's just this blue whitish tone that washes across his entire skin as suddenly like frost begins to emanate from him and fall behind him. And then the ears go and these two curling horns wrap around his head in almost like a curl around at the back that then rise up like a peaking element at the back as black hair bursts out of his head and falls around of his shoulders with whitish blue tips at the end as a blue and black beautiful armor set appears as the Leonin spell fades. And every step that he takes, you can see ice being left behind in his wake as he skates into the chamber. And he raises a hand and you see runes all around the chamber light up and activate as an explosion hits the center of the floor underneath the throne room. And then he jumps in. So Kieran, you are running after him. You see him jump in. The first thing, Kieran, that you notice is that from the floor, a gout of purplish blue smoke and fog begins to pour out into the chamber and fill the chamber of the chieftain's space. Lucky, moving into the chamber, Andalus, Ravik, you immediately recognize it as the same type of bluish purple haze that had surrounded the Fey portal earlier that you guys encountered, but also that chamber in your session 0. Kieran, what do you do?
I stop.
Okay, so you stop
I'm not going to run into this magic smoke that's going to turn me into
You stop at the edge and it begins to kind of pour out and fill this space. And you can just see like the smoking crater in the floor where he had carved out the runic structure the night before to blow the hole in the chamber. And you just see the gout of the smoke coming out.
I'm going to back up so the smoke doesn't hit me.
Okay. Each of you kind of get to the edge of that, and you just hear his voice like ringing out from beneath where he says, this isn't quite as much as I would have hoped to skim from these cats, but there's still the centaur to bleed dry. A little magic in all of us, you see, and so much of it to be sucked away to feed the chaos that is to come. In your mind alone, Lucky, no one else hears the next thing. You hear, the gods are dead. What order are you fighting for? And then everyone hears, it's time this world returned to form. Was so hoping you'd bring down the Opal's wards to allow that old bat's stores to feed the coffers as well, but alas. And then you see as light begins to burst out of the chamber underneath, and all of that purple smoke in the chamber begins to be sucked in a vortex downward into the chamber below, and you can suddenly see through the haze a pool of water surrounded by half a circle of columns, exactly similar to the structure that you encountered in the mountain, vortexing this purplish smoke in, but you see other entities in the chamber as well. These creatures that look almost like living gemstone that are bluish and purple in color. And as this vortexing energy is surrounding them, you see each and every one of them like crumble into dust as they are sucked in, except for a couple at the very edges of the chamber who get out of the way. Anybody with a spell slot, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit! That's
with advantage.
So cool.
With advantage.
Your first saving throw is with advantage. Yeah.
Yes. All right, gang. Look, the tea. Look, don't ever doubt the tea. Okay, Andalus said always.
Don't doubt the tea.
Andalus brought the tea.
Andalus always brings the tea.
Except right now where he fucked up this roll really badly. Oh no, it's
I have.
Okay, Andalus, please look at me. Don't do that.
I got a 10 on the dice.
Oh no. With
God.
advantage?
With advantage.
I got
With advantage.
14?
14. Okay.
Question mark?
That's not going to do
I
it.
got an 18.
Okay. Robert?
10.
10. So
12.
12. Bonnie, how many spell slots do you have?
I'm full. So
Full. So you have 4, or is it 3?
3.
3. You take 29 points of damage as the spell slot is ripped out of you, and you just watch as purple energy flies from Bonnie, hits the purple haze, and gets sucked into the vortex along with anything else. Both of those spell slots are burned for the day, Bonnie.
So all 3, you mean?
Oh, sorry, all 3 of those, yeah.
Okay.
Andalus, how many spell slots do you have?
I have 7.
7 spell slots.
Yeah.
Andalus. Yeah. Andalus, you take 49 points of damage as the spell slots are ripped out of you.
Down.
As and they join the spell haze. Ravik, you have 2. Ravik, you take what was it again? So you take 29 points. No, 29 was for Bonnie. You take 21 points of damage as this is psychic damage, I guess, as the spell slot is ripped out of you and joins the haze. Lucky, you succeeded. You, with the force of your will, drag the spell energy into you. You roll a d4 for me, please.
Okay. That is a 4.
4. You lose 2 spell slots, but do not take any damage from that. And you can choose to lose a 2nd level spell or a 1st level or 2 1st level spells as the energy is ripped from you. You all watch as the siphon of energy goes down and hits the pool. All of that magical energy now sucked out of this chamber and into the room. And the standing over it, the Prince of Frost snaps his fingers, and the portal to the Feywild that had been opened into this chamber vanishes. And he says, "Let's dance again sometime, shall we?" And then he's gone. And Andalus hits the floor. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
I hate him. I hate his ass.
Wow.
Josh,
it's been a minute since I hated an NPC so bad, Josh.
It's
been a minute.
It's like, what's his name?
This could be Yusef too.
Yusef
This really could be Yusef too.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Especially since he's gonna be reoccurring.
Yeah. And Andalus, just as a thing, I need you to make a concentration check. And this is for, does the magic rip from the item that is keeping you in your shape?
Oh, sure. I'll make that check.
Oh, but
right,
for
dice?
dramatic purposes, I hope
dice?
this dice doesn't do what you want it to do.
Dice. That'd be really
For the
crazy.
sake of storytelling.
Oh, holy shit. It's a 9.
A 9.
Oh my god.
So as a thing, as the purple blue light fades, as all of the magic is ripped from this chamber, Lucky, the only one maintaining their hold on magic. And Lucky, it's so interesting because you almost feel like there's another hand that comes over yours and rips the spells back into you. And then the hand fades. As all of you watch as the Prince of Frost vanishes, and you hear Andalus hit the ground, but it is a loud, heavy sound as you all turn to see the light forged Andalus, a being of robotic beauty, carved and fused in the halls of Nuevia by the hands of none other than the leader of the artificers of Nuevia. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
I want y'all to know, I think maybe like 3 sessions into this game, I was like, Andalus is a robot. And Ace tried so hard to gaslight me away from it.
I said it so many times.
That was my first guess when I heard heavy. It was
Heavy.
like you can't move him. I was like,
heavy.
Oh, is it?
Well,
Yeah.
I know.
Even before that, when we were at Spill talking about our characters for the very first time.
Yeah, I told you what my second character idea was, which the character I did not go with was a Lightforge made by Abel.
And I was like,
which is almost the character I made for this game. Yeah.
And I was staring at you
go with that last minute.
I was staring at you like...
Mine would have been worse because mine was
I was
going to have taken Aramon. I was going to have Aramon with me. That was going to be my thing.
No.
I feel fine
locked
putting out
away
here now
somewhere.
because it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But I was like, once it was like, oh, and Abel took Aramon, I was like... I was like, I was gonna have Aramon on me.
Yeah,
and, like,
he's a like Aramon's a loose soul, and the whole point of Lightforged is they are vessels for souls. So,
and if I may say a few things just for some of the signs, because I think it was interesting. One, he can't swim. He sinks.
Mm-hmm.
He can't swim. That's why he never wanted to go on the water, and why he couldn't go on the raft. You remember, he really didn't want to go on the raft. He did not physically go on the raft.
Yeah.
That's why he's always barefoot. Because it doesn't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't excuse it. Put on shoes.
Put your shoes on your glamour.
Andals hasn't slept the whole time.
He very notably never ate food. So if you notice, anytime we were at the dinner table, anytime we were there, I tried to mention that he's not eating. And you were at we were at that buffet or whatever, and you were talking about it. And I was like, nope, he's not partaking. He drinks liquid, but he doesn't like to eat food. And there was something else that was well, and then obviously him being heavy is a big thing. Yeah. So there.
I assume Nature Robot was a really good idea, and you would have
Warforged is that is what Andalus is. Lightforged is just in our world because they were created by Abel. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not explicitly made for war. I mean, originally, I guess, but
slight tangent. I've had something stuck in my head for the last 30 minutes, which is I'm Mr. Feywild. I'm full of shit.
No.
The Christmas special.
Yeah.
I was like, it's the fucking Rankin Bass dick. I'm so sick of this guy.
Gotta love Taj.
Right.
Well, I'll say that maybe I wasn't paying as close attention, but it's
so that bit where Taj was like, your
surprise.
people came from the Cloud City, or whatever. Yeah, so he's talking about Nuevia.
He just said that they say like the gods, you all dragged a mountain to the sky to fly, and now they've crafted living beings that walk among us. Yeah.
So that was Nuevia, and he was talking about that. Yeah. So as soon as Jace heard that, they were like, "You bastard."
No, caught that, but I was thinking more of that you were from there, not that you were created by Abel.
I was wondering what you were thinking. I was wondering if you had picked up on it, Rob, and I was wondering if Ronnie had got it.
I was thinking Warforged across the board, but basically a flavored variation on it.
Yeah. He is a witchy druid, which is very strange.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Class reveal.
I can see
and
Abel going, I wonder if I could make one of these.
That's what happened. I mean, who's to say? There's a lot you don't know still.
I think like class reveal and
so are you Almanera's like cousin or
I can't divulge anything to you.
This is like of the Andalus iceberg. We are just like we're right at the surface.
We got like this big tip, the tip that sticks out of the water.
Yeah, you guys still have the Andalus iceberg is still there.
10%.
But it's now I can finally change the question mark on your character thing to witch.
True. Yeah, confirmed to witch.
Confirmed witch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie's going to be calling him Taj the whole game out of disrespect.
Yeah.
Taj.
Well,
I mean, we don't know his name.
Here's the thing.
From Frostbite.
You guys don't know like Leonin culture like names or whatever. Taj means royalty. Like that is he picked that name like because it is, it means
he's the Prince of Frost.
It means crown and royalty.
Like when they talk about like those like criminals who are so obvious because they like do want to get caught and like so everyone can be like, wow, you're so smart. That's like what
because it's fun. It's a dance game. Like, yep.
Robert's going to call him Frostbite because he's the Prince of Frost and he bites. So he's going to call him Frostbite as a disrespectful little name.
That's like a little flirty.
Yeah.
Well, he probably would bang him.
All right, Josh, what's his charisma score? Hit us with it.
Oh, his charisma score as an archmage?
Yeah, hit me with it.
I think
off the charts.
I just closed his thing.
Know.
It's he's a 25 in charisma.
Oh my god. Incredible. Wow. I had to know.
We stood no chance.
I didn't expect to have like a lot of personal beef with this guy, and I like really did.
I love the back and forth with Lucky of like, no, not time. not yet.
It gave me flashbacks to Jerry's mom, and I was like, no.
Yeah, it was fun watching Jace figure out how they could work around.
Okay.
It was this chess of check, nope, check, nope.
That's fighting with A for you.
And like Taj is like, that's awesome. Like I loved playing this little game with you. Like that's a little fun.
How fun. It made this spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a horror.
Excuse me.
If he had not talked down to me the way he had, things might have been different. But there was disrespect in that tone. And I like
on the plus side, we didn't have the king blow up in the middle of his chamber.
That's
he sucked into the
netherworld. I do like that not all of us got blown up.
Except almost all of us. Also Ronnie, in our session 0, I have like really, really high con. And also I can't get poisoned. Yeah, I have advantage against being poisoned technically, so like it's very, very hard for Angelus to get drunk, so that's why he was drinking so much.
Yep.
He was just like doing so many shots and like not drunk at all. I was like, it's like it's really hard for him to get drunk.
I figured this was just like
a hard. I don't even know if he can.
It's a little hardcore.
I'm going to make all the robot memes now. It's going to be
great. No. Yeah. The dice wanted it to be revealed because there's no reason you should have failed the Constitution saving throw.
I knew it was time.
Yeah.
It was Jace's dice too. I was like, the Jace dice wanted.
The dice always know. This was narratively the moment for it to happen. Like when you were like, oh, the last shot of this episode would be as he's falling to the ground, the form revealed. I'm like, that's too good.
Well, and I was like, originally, I mean, dispel magic is such an easy spell. I could have dispelled your disguise at any point
in the chamber.
Like when he was talking about you being a shapeshifter, he could have revealed but I wanted it to be left up to the dice. So
yeah. Well, and also he was turning that against me, and the fact he's like, you won't willingly put your glamour down, and it's like,
and it's just like, okay, Warforged or Lightforged is not Fae. So they reveal what wasn't as effective as.
Oh yeah, and he was considering that the whole time. He's like, "Do I just put my fucking glamour down and be like, I'm a robot?"
Yeah, you're something that like he's only ever heard about in whispers. Though.
Yeah, it might have been even worse if I did that. So I really didn't want to do that.
Didn't Prince Varric have?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Yeah, because they haven't had news over here from like
barely know what magic is.
So they but like they know like primal shit. So they would be like, what the fuck is that ungodly thing?
So bad.
Didn't Prince Varric have a glamour too to keep his like
he had the necklace that hid his Rakshasa form. Yeah.
So I wonder if this is like similar magic that
he just has a hat of disguise.
They repurpose, or like the same spell or enchantment that
Angelus is just casting disguise self every hour.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
pretty much literally the same thing Jerry was doing just for funsies.
What does the hat look like?
It's a circlet, like it's a gold circlet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just flavored as a circlet, but it's what I said. He got it in session 0. He got a circlet to like replace the shitty magic he was using to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the Fez hat of disguise.
He's not gonna wear fez.
I just picture a white rat with a red fez on its hat. And it's just like that's just too good of a visual to have not done.
Well, I'm glad we figured it out. So now I don't have to roll deception IRL around Jason Atwood because they both said it to me at one point or another.
In real life.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
surprised.
said it continuously. I
know,
just dropped
and
it
every
because I was
time-
like, I'll be proven right.
And once I think the funniest time is Jace goes, it would be so cool if you were a nature robot. And I was like, I stole the plot of Wild Robot, LOL. And I was like,
Well, you said
bad deflection.
I was so telling you were like, oh no, that would have been such a good idea.
I'm so suspicious. I don't like lying to people.
No.
But I like having a lot of secrets in D&D. So, like I said, this is just.
That was a good one. That was a good reveal. That was a good one.
Mhm.
I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Well,
I guess
you
we need
should
to.
be.
I need to draw them so we could draw it updated too.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
I
please
figure,
do.
like, is Andalus going to go to that purely, or are they going to remain?
I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I gotta think about it.
If Andalus continues to
Not
like use
purely.
it, that's fine. But yeah,
I would say privately to the others, probably maybe dropping it now. But
Yeah.
in public, it's like something that causes a scene
that's-
sometimes. So that's why he does it.
That's what everyone on the expedition knows you as is with the glamour up.
yeah,
There's a lot to that. But yeah. Very funny gang. I had a good time with that.
that's great.
I'm
was a
surprised
good
you didn't glom onto the astral sun or the astral sea thing.
Astralborn, yeah.
For what?
For Kieran was Astralborn.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodied
Mhm.
Hands, Astralborn, and Ravik wasn't there, so shade didn't get to be thrown.
Mm-hmm.
What shade would he have on a Ravid? Come on.
So much.
I know. Yeah, he would have read.
Everyone loves Ravid.
There's some passive aggressive relationships.
Yeah.
So much shade.
He's coming for my ass, and on it, it's funny because the end is like he doesn't like lose his temper very often, but he definitely like was like yelling about
Yeah.
your dad.
He latched on to Andalus because Andalus was the most interesting of all of you.
Yeah.
To his perspective. Yeah.
For sure.
Because something new that I've never seen before.
With a fake connection. What an
Yeah.
idiot. Yeah. Hey, dumbass, what are you doing here?
I like playing a villain who's like, because Armon was so like calculating all the time, and Taj is like, I'm only calculating because it's fun. Like I'm not like it's
was
not
so
actually.
funny.
I'm not like calculating. Like whatever happens.
And if you throw a monkey wrench in my plan, that's even better because it's chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna be that's fun. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
God,
it.
I hate him.
I think he's kind of sexy, but that's more Ace. That's Ace.
Like when I picture the Prince of Frost in my head,
Robert
like,
would hit it.
that
Robert
is-
would hit it.
He is the coolest looking. Like,
Damn it. I know he did that whole reveal and I was like, damn, he's so fucking. I feel like Indolus like was like, damn, he's cool. He's still cool. Fuck.
Literally.
Yes.
he's cold. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll pick up there next time and see. Maybe you guys will finally make it to
Thanks,
the Opal
everyone.
eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Well,
Now
I
that we've
feel
been proven right with the Leonin.
Yeah.
Well,
Now we
I
have
feel
to be
more
careful with
positively about going to the
Where the
Opal.
fuck was that mountain lion? What the fuck? Mountain
Yeah,
lion.
what was that?
I think I figured it out after Josh reminded me.
It's
of it, so.
Andalus's pyramid of iceberg of things. Yeah.
I guess it took him a second to. Well, I feel like he would have realized it immediately, but
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Ace didn't realize it immediately, but now I know what it
The
was.
fact that they could speak in your head and then they knew you and
I was like, oh,
And what Dottie was,
recognized
yeah.
my check-in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's not good. Okay.
Who taught you to be a witch? That's the.
That's true. You don't know who my master,
Mm-hmm.
True.
my master.
What if Andalus has like a really like, you just don't get me, Dad. I don't want to do what you do relationship with Abel. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, you don't know
No,
anything.
Dad, I don't want to
Yeah.
build stuff. I want to play with flowers. Like,
in the woods.
Well, we don't
I
like.
don't like science. I'm going to do magic.
There's so much there about like how much, like how's happened in Nuevia since, and like so it's
Well, I
yeah,
think
like how
one
many of them are there?
yeah.
That's why one of you was like, "How old is he?" And I was like,
Like
question mark. I literally have age. It's 3
That's a
question
great
marks on
question.
my sheet.
Yeah,
No.
Fucking-
so probably 7 at max. Yeah.
I don't think he knows. It's very funny. Very funny. Anyway, thanks for indulging me in my. Of course, there's always an ace.
No, that was really good.
So appreciate that.
That was a good twist.
Good night, y'all.
All right,
Good night.
All right, guys, have a good one. Great session.
Love y'all.